Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel at Taslima Maya Art. Thank you so much for being here. A big shout out to my wonderful channel members for supporting my channel, Art by Sparkle, Travelling Tramps and Terry Lechner. Please do go check out their channels and show them some support. I do hope you enjoy this very short video I put together of how I made my homemade fluid art turntable spinner for a fraction of the costs of those that are available on the market today. I hope this gives you some tips and tricks of what to do to make one for yourself and you find it valuable. I was lucky enough to have the help of my other half who is good with woodworking tools, but maybe you can find someone locally to you who can do the same. I'll put a list of the products and tools I used in my description box below for you. Enjoy! So the first thing I had to do was decide on what width I wanted for each of my spinner arms. Now I didn't want anything too wide or too narrow, so I chose the best of both worlds and this was the size I chose, and I got together all my tools. Items that were used were a jigsaw or saw, some screws, a level, a pencil, some wood glue, a tin of primer and a gloss paint. You will also need a router, a workbench and a clamp. Now I've always been good with the detail work, so I did the precision measuring and I cut 3 lengths of wood. Then I let my partner assemble them with corner pieces, which are triangles cut from the same wood, and he did that using a simple drill and a screw. And this is what it was looking like as the pieces were assembled together. There are some tools I'm pretty comfortable with using and others like the router that I'm not. So I got some help with the routing, and once all the pieces were assembled and glued and screwed in, I got a couple of different grades of sandpaper and sand blocks and sanded the edges down. Next, it was time for me to measure the slots that were going to run along the middle of each of those arms to allow me to insert M8 14mm raw bolt or eye bolts into place so they could be adjustable and movable to hold secure any size canvas. So the spinner spins out my paint and holds it secure to create the design I want. Each of the arms were then routed out using a tabletop router. I then used an acrylic primer undercoat to prime the wood to make sure it was ready for a gloss paint on top, because I don't want any paint that spills off my acrylic pouring fluid art to actually stick to the spinner, so I used gloss paint as a finish. So here I am priming the wood using a wood primer, and I put 2 coats of this on with appropriate drying time between, and I left this to dry for a good few days. And then after that I chose a very thick steel smoke coloured gloss paint to go over the top of the primed surface. And this is what I used. I used Johnston's Wood and Metal Quick Dry Gloss Paint, and you can use any alternative in your country of abode. I painted it on over the top first with a brush and then with a roller, and I put 2 coats of this on. I am actually super excited about the prospect of being able to move on to larger canvases that would fit on this spinner, because obviously the spinners that I have, which are much smaller, don't accommodate those. So I really want to move on to try doing the deconstructed bloom technique of fluid art acrylic painting, and this spinner would allow me to do that quite conveniently and easily. I would actually place this inside a puppy pool to be able to allow for splatters to get everywhere without making a complete mess in my art room. If this how-to video inspires any of you guys to try this and DIY your own spinner at home, please do let me know. It'll be really lovely to hear off you, to see that it has actually inspired others and helped them save a few fair pennies as well. Just let me know down in the comment box. So you may have noticed in the pictures I have a metal cake spinner that I use. It's quite big, but I found this lovely tray, bought it really cheap in a local store, and I decided to use that. It's got slight handles on the side, which is really convenient, and I placed it over my spinner. I primed it and also painted the same colour as my other spinner that I'm doing, so just thought I'd show you that. So my friends, here's the finished homemade DIY spinner that I created with a helping hand, and I will show you now how it's used, how easily it's used. Actually, I think my daughter Sarah will show you how easy to use, that even a 3-year-old can do it, and she'll put on a number of different size canvases on it to show you that it fits quite a wide array of shapes and sizes of canvas, and those bolts are adjustable and slidable, so they slide up and down the arms there depending on what size canvas they have, and they secure tight against the canvas so that it doesn't budge or move when you're spinning your paint laden canvas around. And here, this is a round canvas, and all you have to do is adjust these side bolts and tighten them up. She hasn't done that there, but normally I would do that. So tighten them up against the canvas and make sure the bolt underneath it's turned so it's tight, and then spin it. And here Sarai will show you the underside so you can see what that looks like and how easy it is to tighten and adjust. It's as simple as that. So that's it from me and Sarah this week, folks. I hope you enjoyed watching and found this video valuable. Wait there, now you've got to slide all the sliders, remember? Slide, yep, slide it all the way up. And another one. Yes, pull back. Let me see. Wait there a minute, let me fix this one. Okay, then we tighten them all, okay? We tighten them all. Then we spin it. Right, go on in. Good. Well done. Again, if you did like it, do hit those like, share and subscribe buttons, and leave me a comment. I love it. And stay tuned, because I will be using this spinner very soon to do a deconstructed bloom on a very large canvas, so let's see how that goes. And that's it from us. Thank you again for joining us, and up next will be Venom Fluid Art. See you there.